Hey, 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 what is up? What's happening? I'm super excited about today. Prepare to have your mind blown. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing, incredible. And so let's get this party started. We're a couple minutes late because my laptop, its sound card died this weekend. She passed away. Going to Apple Store later today. So today I'm using my wife's laptop, which will be super fun. And what's that? Oh, hold on. So today I'm on Jessica's laptop. I figure this will help views, get more people on here. Isn't that awesome? I love this. This is great. And so we're going to have some fun today. You're in for an absolute treat. So the gentleman I'm about to bring on here, he actually was one of my coaches very early on. And I think it was 2010 maybe that I was working with him, and he was helping me with leadership and persuasion and different things. And so, it's funny, we haven't connected in a really long time. And then yesterday he had me on his podcast. Today we got him on our show. So we are super excited. And by the way, drop me a comment. Let me make sure I'm seeing your comments. Right now I'm not seeing any comments yet. So drop me a comment. Let me know that you're in here. Let me give a couple shout outs. Where are you calling in from? All right. What's up? Is it Brenda? I can't tell. Heather. Yeah, doesn't Jessica look? See, I knew this would help our views. I knew it. I need to carry this around with me so I get more attention. It'd be amazing. What's up, Heather? Where's my Facebook peeps? I'm not seeing your comments. It's a little delayed. Oh, there we go. Jessica in the house. In the house. All right, awesome. Very nice. All right, so this guy, he is the author of Average Sucks, and he teaches people how to perform at a higher level, how to increase your persuasion, your influence, how to, and today we're going to dive into influencing your own habits. This guy, him and his company, they generate $1 bajillion every single second of the day. And he has trained some of the premier people inside of the self-development world, inside of all kinds of other worlds. And I think you're really going to like him. Had a fun podcast with him yesterday. But please help me welcome Michael Bernoff. Michael, what's going on?
What's going on, my man? I figure we don't hang out for a couple of days, a couple of years, and then we get together for 2 days straight. This is going to be real fun today.
And then you'll be like, okay,
that's the way we do things.
Then you'll be like, okay, that was enough. We'll go a couple of years.
I don't know, man. I don't know if there's ever enough of Jessica or Ray, whoever you're going to be today. Right. So it's whatever you choose to take on the alter ego. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to share and see what we can do to impact people's lives.
Hey, let's put you on the spot right away. Hey, how about we pick a few people to send your book to? Would you be game for that?
Okay, done.
Okay, so if you're on here, share this and then drop a comment that you shared. Yep. And we're going to pick a couple people. We're going to send you out his book, Average Sucks, something you got to read. And we're going to have some fun. So Michael, for those that, just they're on dial-up, they just got on the internet, they're on AOL, and they've never heard of you. Who's Michael Bernoff?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you the simple thing. Michael Bernoff's a lot of people. So I could give you my Instagram bio, and I'd say father, I'd say husband, I'd say dad, I'd say all these kind of things. If I were to give you, if I'd give you the link, then I'd say the founder of the Human Communications Institute in Scottsdale, Arizona, which has dedicated his life. I would do that. Point blank, I'll explain it very, very simply for your audience. I'll make it real simple, what I'm dedicated to, what my life's all about. So here is the simplicity of everything that we do. My friends, I've spent 20 years obsessed with communication, obsessed with influence, obsessed with what makes people do specific things in this world. So getting people's attention, lowering resistance, increasing receptivity. So I got two groups of friends, and there's all good people in this world. So what I do is I help people low resistance, increase receptivity, get more what they want. My friendly people that I know hire people like me to work for the media. So give an example. They're the bad guys, we're the good guys. So we use the same techniques that the media uses to hold people's attention, lower resistance, increase receptivity, sell an agenda, an idea. We get the phone calls from info marketing companies. We get phone calls from guys like you. We get phone calls from people on how to get people to get the kids to get their homework done. So the same technology you'd use to get your ass to the gym or you get your homework done is the same thing that we would use to push to sell you a product you may or may not want. Just get the concept. Nice. So at the end of the day, this is magic of how the mind works. And it's been like a 20-year obsession, even before you and I knew each other, even before there was MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, or I think we started with the Atari 2600. So around a while. So is that the quick answer?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And what's funny,
never said it before, but it sounds good.
It sounds fantastic, man. It sounds fantastic. So let's, I talk about daily method of operation, daily routines, being consistent. I talk about that stuff all the time. So they've heard my thoughts around that subject. Talk a little bit about, and do we want to pick a couple people already?
Yeah, I'm good. Like, I'd love to. I mean, I don't know everybody as well as you do. We could pick randomly. We could offend people if you want, because if they don't get picked, maybe they get offended.
They get angry. So, yeah, how dare you?
I'll tell you, like I said, with your book, everybody must have it. I'd love to send some copies, but FOMO is not a bad thing, man. I mean, who cares? I mean, we might as well get a few people. So do you want to pick one, then I pick one, so we can take our turns offending?
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, how are we going to handle this? So you want me what if I just like get you a list? How's that?
Yeah. Why don't you get me a list of people, and the more they participate, the more the box may show up with an average suck shirt in it. It may show up with a couple of free classes or stuff. So if they get involved a little bit, so we can wait till the end. And I think that's smart.
And what should their directions be? Like what
their directions
support or something?
Yeah.
We clearly didn't look it up beforehand.
We didn't. This is what's called ADD learning. If you don't have ADD, you should go get it. It makes you wealthy. So what they should do, like the person says, pick me, like Donkey and Shrek. So what we should do is we're just gonna have to pick 3 or 4 people. And I say 5 is my favorite number. It's a magic number. Right. It's a happiness number. If you want to look it up, we're gonna pick 5. I'm gonna pay the book. I'll pay the shipping. I'll get it out. We've just got to pick 5. Or afterwards, we'll make it fun. We could scan the list, and then you want to pick it while we're live, or what do you want to do?
We'll pick them a little bit, but what's their instructions? Who do they email their address to?
They're going to email, after the name is said, they're going to email my team. So here's everyone can email my team if you want to, but that's not gonna fly, because I have a name that matches, and my assistant is gonna say sorry, very and I'm Canadian, so I can get away with that. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna email my assistant, admin, ADMIN, admin at michaelbernoff.com once you're picked. So I'm gonna write it down too. So if the things don't match, it's like an appropriate election. The thing will match. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll make it work right.
Okay. So I'll say here in a little bit, we'll pick a few.
Yeah, but, and we'll pick why don't we pick one like every 5-7 minutes? Because that's when attention issues happen for people. So we'll pick every 5-7 minutes.
Okay, so I'll pick. Let's see.
They're gonna love the book.
Yeah. Oh, I know it, no doubt. All right, I'll pick Maddie Gomez Payez, and I'll text you that name. Anyone I pick,
perfect. All right, you text me the name. You send me a text. And then my assistant will get it. So, Maddie, congratulations. One thing I'll tell everyone is leadership. This is a big thing that I learned from one of my mentors growing up, is that you have to be so excited when other people win. We as humans naturally like, why didn't I win? Right. The greatest athletes, like Mark Messier is my hero, who's the Tom Brady of hockey. And he always said, you've got to be as excited, if not more excited, when your team wins or even a stranger wins, because we got to cultivate a culture of winning. That's one of the ways to influence yourself. Cultivate winning around you so you don't have to do all the hard work.
Have you heard about the I don't know if they still do this to this day, but I heard about a long time ago how Southwest Airlines does interviews?
I heard you got to wear shorts. If not, you don't get hired. That's one thing I heard. But what else?
So they put you, it's a group procedure. So they have this group of people, and each person goes to the front and just says a couple things, whatever. And so everyone's, trying to perfect their speech. They actually pay attention to the crowd. And so when the person is up, is the person like not paying attention at all and just focus on them, or are they making faces and stuff like that? If they're like super excited to hear them, then they know that might be someone that's a fit for the team. And I just thought that was really cool. Kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah, they care more about the collective than the individual.
Yeah. Because
if you're really worried about how you look, it's like someone in direct sales. They're so concerned about how they're going to present it that they miss that the crowd's there, or they miss that the human being is right in front of them.
Right. So how can we help them positively impact their habits? Or
there's a lot of there's a lot of things. First off, one little good rule everyone should go by. This is a very interesting concept, and I know you'll take this one as a win for you guys as a whole. Is that a lot of us want to change habits we have, and I think swapping is going to be a little more appropriate term. And again, I've never said this before, and most of the things I say I come up with in the moment. And the reason I say swap is a lot of us beat ourselves up. We're procrastinators, we're quitters. You're in your fifth company, and I'm going to tell you. Every habit. This is one of the things I learned when I studied neurolinguistic programming when I was almost 20 years old. I'm 44 now, and I've been doing this for forever. I feel like I'm a dinosaur in this stuff. And one of the things I learned years. What's that?
I just turned 44.
Well, congratulations. I'll be 44 this year. So I just officially lied on Facebook. I'm 43. I'll be 44 in 3 months. So he's older than me. He's older. But
that was a trick.
The one thing, the trick, it's like a Jedi thing. So the one thing I learned years ago is that everything we do has a positive intention. Every single thing for the rest of your life you do has a positive intention. So people are like, well, Michael, is that positive thinking? And the answer is not at all. It's that people say, is procrastination bad? And my answer is depends. I think it's fantastic. So if you procrastinate starting smoking and procrastinate overeating, procrastinate eating the jelly donut, procrastinating, it's good. So I think we're using it incorrectly. Like people are like, dude, my kid's a quitter. He quit Little League. Save that habit. I know he quit Little League. He knows how to quit. So later on, if he ever starts smoking, he can quit. So we all need to realize all habits are wonderful. We're typically using them in an inappropriate place. So when we talk about this, a lot of us beat ourselves up. I need to stop procrastinating. No, you need to stop procrastinating there and start procrastinating it over here. So we're going to move procrastination to the refrigerator so you don't open it in the middle of the night. And we're going to remove procrastination from prospecting. So that's the context I like to wrap around this to give everybody the freedom to go, I'm not so screwed up, or there's nothing wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with anybody. And I think that's one of the fastest ways to change habits is there's nothing wrong with anybody. You're just using the wrong thing at the wrong time. You're bringing a golf club to play badminton and it's not working.
Right. I like that.
Still doesn't answer your question, but it gives a frame.
Yeah. So I think people, I believe that many on here feel they're extremely successful at habits that don't serve them. How do they make that swap? So I just actually today, I don't know if you saw it. I posted it an hour and a half ago.
I'm stalking you. I catch everything. It's an hour and a half ago. I might have missed it.
Yeah. But it was, 20-second video on stop beating yourself up and literally do anything in place. So when you catch yourself, beating yourself up, do 5 push-ups or sit-ups or read a chapter in a book or write down what things you're grateful for. How can, what are some suggestions you have maybe to help them swap?
Okay. So could we backtrack for like 30 seconds? And when I say backtrack is talk about how we created this problem in the first place and how they got here. And I'm going to do this in slow motion so everybody gets it. Every single one of you watching this, listening to this, getting forced, you got a neighbor drugging you like down, you're like tied down like Clockwork Orange. Watch these guys. You got to pay attention to Ray Higdon and Jessica, with the things like you got to change, right? So there's Jessica, the leader of leaders. So every one of us, and I didn't understand this. This is like what average sucks is all about, because I wear it all the time. And this is such an important concept of a lot of people think it's about being better. Like, oh, you got to have Ray's house or you've got to get a book done or you've got to be bestseller or you got to be top leader. Like I know the majority of the top leaders in the industry and owners of companies. I work with a lot of these folks. And I realized that every single one of you is living a life currently right now that at one point you thought was a freaking great idea. And the reason I tell you that is we've all got to the point, Ray and I talked about this on our podcast yesterday. We talked about the idea that we all get to a point in our lives where we say never again, or I'm going to change this, or I'm sick of feeling this way or being this way. So in a moment, your brain says, and I'm just going to draw this with my hands real quick. Your brain says never again. I'll never treat it that way again. I'll never go to a bad relationship again. I will never talk to a prospect that again. I'll never get a guy like that on my team again. I will never let my kids talk back to me. And you freaking mean it this time. And then your brain goes, dude, I hear you. And then it says, what do you want? And then you build this wall in front of you of what do you want? what you don't want. And it sounds like every freaking dinner conversation we have as human beings is all about what I don't want, what I do want, what I don't want, I do want. And we're like a bunch of ping pong balls bouncing back and forth going, I don't want this, I do want this. You don't actually get what you want. You don't get the houses, the cars, the boats. You don't get the loving relationship. You don't get the intimacy. You just get to talk about it at this point, right? You just want it, right? So in order to make your life easy, and this is the cool part I want all of you to understand, your life is easy right now. You don't have to try hard to be you. Meaning, if you want to be a procrastinating person that works really hard, that does nice things, that gets an average life, you don't have to work so hard. You can sit on your couch, wait till November, and the last 2 months of the year, you'll make what you made last year because that's what you're programmed to do. This is what Ray talks about. You're programmed to do this, right? What really screws it up is the right wall and the left wall of this box you put yourself in. And the right wall, it's easy to remember because it's your need to be right, is really your identity. And we identify as people that do what we do. So here's the deal. If you stop procrastinating tomorrow, you wouldn't know who the hell you were. If you lost 30 pounds, ladies, trust me, you'd be confused. And I'm telling you, the ladies are not going to be like, oh, check her out, man. She's skinny. I want to be like her. They're going to be like, skinny bitch. You know what I'm saying? They're not always the kindest, right? And guys, you start making a bunch of money, you start getting pointed at you, guys, girls. So your identity right now is designed to be who you are. And this is the crazy part. In our lives, and we lock in this box, and this is the creative part. You wonder, like, why do I keep on recruiting the same dude over again? Why is it that I keep on dating the same person over again? Why is it my kids, man, my second kids now do what the first kid did? Because you recruit and hire people in your life to remind you who you are, to help you stay who you are, to motivate you enough to be who you are, and you boxed in this life. So here's the crazy part. There's a big-ass wall in front of you. It's about 90 feet tall. You're not going to get through it with a bunch of hard work and pushing hard. You can listen to Ray till the end of the time, like Clockwork Orange, like, you can do it, you can do it. You have to do what Ray's telling you to do. You can't just listen to the guy. You actually have to do it, right? Then you grow, and we get to the other side of the wall. So I just want to let all of you know that you have creatively designed a current reality for yourself that you did, but here's the best part. You did it. So these habits you have, they're yours. You thought they were a good idea. We're going to have to get rid of them. And we're going to have to do a little something called growing. So there's context. And I know I never said that to you before, Ray. You've never heard me share that, but that's what everybody's dealing with. I mean, they got an identity, they got people, they got wants and don't wants. And a lot of it is where the change takes place. So to answer the question, how do you get over the wall? That's probably what we want to know the answer to. I'm going to give away a shirt and a book right now to anybody who can answer this immediately. What is the one thing you do more than anything in the world all day long? If you've worked with me before, I know your name, so you can't give the answer. I'll know who you are. So I'm giving away a shirt and a book, whatever size you are. You have to email my assistant, admin@michaelbernoff.com. You better start typing.
Answer the question.
First, answer the question. What do you do more than anything else in the world all day long? And we'll just wait while these comments come in. Ray, what do you think they're going to say?
Well, I don't want to say it because then they'll copy me.
Maybe they'll copy. Ruminate, that's a good word. Breathing and thinking. This is more than think about sex, folks. This is a big one. This is breathing. And trust me, women think about it more than men. Trust me, they do. My wife teach women's course. So they just think about it differently than we do. All right, practice.
So some people are posting now. So I would. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? You're seeing the comments and you haven't seen it yet?
No, not seeing it. I'm seeing it now. It's breathe. A lot of people on procrastinate. No, all of these are forms of it, but it's one very, very simple word. And I'm just going to say.
I was going to say.
What are you going to say?
I was going to say.
Think is great.
Think.
It's still not the answer because it's a form of the answer. It's kind of like water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, so it's not actually water. It's the appropriate amount of hydrogen and oxygen. It's not actually water. We collectively came up with the concept of water to make it make more sense. Here's the word. It's called communication. It is the most underdeveloped and underutilized asset that we have as human beings to get every single thing we want in this world. Thinking is a form of communication. Sleeping is a form of communication. Breathing is a form of communication. Everything is a form. We send our kids off to school with organic lunch. We send our kids off to school with a pep talk, but we do not ever think about getting better. And I don't mean selling to others. I mean, literally, how do you hold in your brain your divorce? How do you hold in your brain death? How do you hold in your brain thinking? How do you hold inside of your reality what things actually mean? I know we're going straight into what you and I love talking about. So communication is the future, and everything in your life, your future hinges on how effectively you communicate. And I got to tell you, if you want to change everything, get over that wall, get what you want, we're going to have to update how we communicate with things. And I'll give you just one concept for this, and then I'll go back to your question, Ray. You can ask another one. Is my daughter went to figure skate the other day. This is no different than sometimes, pay attention, everybody. If you stop talking about what you think you're supposed to be talking about, you can actually influence somebody. If you talk business to someone that doesn't understand business, they'll never understand business. My daughter has never won a figure skating contest ever in her life. I, as a silly dad, said, Maya, go out there and win. Stupid thing to say. That's like telling someone to be gold NATO commander, upside down backflip, diamond in your company. They've never done it before. They have no resource for it, no reference for it. So I stopped myself. I said, Maya, don't go in. Go show off. My daughter knows how to show off. She went out there, she showed off her skills, and she came in first place. She beat the three kids that beat her last time. And I'm not saying it was the answer. My daughter understands show off. She did not understand win. My daughter won based on my thinking and my believing and my words. Communication won skating, not the actual skating. And this is how you win in business also. So now that we have ADD and we have a lot of conversations out there, Ray, back on you.
Yeah, I love that. You know, I swear, I think you may be stalking me or something, but
I am stalking you.
This morning.
Were you figure skating?
I was not. I'm dancing now, not figure skating just yet. So this morning in Rank Makers, I talked about how I've learned to give people the answer that they can vibrationally kind of understand. So I know that, at least from my side of things, that the ultimate answer is for you to be that person you want to be, to walk around this earth as if you are that person, not it's in the future, not that it's coming, not that you're becoming, but you are that person. But if someone is of the vibration of my life sucks and life is terrible, they just can't do that. But what they might be able to do is acknowledge their existing thoughts and then hope for, growth, right? So I know in the past I thought that my life sucks, but I'm very excited for it to get better. And I find that, people that at that level might be able to grab onto that, but they're just not able to be that person they want to be. And so you're talking about a congruence level of, like talking to someone how they understand, and which is, better communication.
Yeah, I mean, everything in life comes down to how do you communicate with you and how do you communicate with others. When I mean everything, I mean literally everything. I don't usually globalize things because I don't truly believe in global. People say I always suck, I'm always good, I'm always bad. It's all bullshit. There's no way that anyone is always good at anything, always, every time, all the time. It's all not true. I mean, it's the bad concept for life, but it's the way that you communicate and the way that you choose to use words. So I love everybody. Like, one of my biggest missions is to get people to realize before anybody does anything, check your verbiage, check your words, check your definitions, check your intensity, check everything. Because before you go shoot up a school, and I'm the guy that gets called for Columbine, I'm the guy that gets called to go afterwards, talk with the kids that were there in that situation, that made it, that are alive, and a lot of the heroes, and also the kids' parents. Like, I get those phone calls, and a lot of that is how they're going to frame that for the rest of their lives. What's that?
You helped with that? You were called on that?
Yeah, the second. Unfortunately, there was a second one, but I got a phone call. She was at my event, one of my events a couple weeks earlier, and the mom called up, and I was dealing with kids after the fact, how they framed what happened. Because if you visualize that item, and I know this has nothing to do with business, but man, people have tragedies in their life of losing out on an opportunity or getting divorced, or what you and I talked about yesterday in our podcast, what you dealt with as a child, right? Something that you experienced which stopped you from doing something. So what happens is when a person, how they hold a picture, sound, and feelings inside your head controls everything. So what's interesting is to flip this on its head. I know a lot of you are interested in influencing other people, also influencing yourself. Most of us want to talk to people about, I know we're talking to a lot of direct salespeople, what you want. Oh, you want this. Oh, you don't want that. Those are not what motivates people. You would be faster motivating people by updating their identity. So here's a little line that I'm going to tell you that I've talked to gyms that now are selling thousands of memberships a week, famous gyms. And here's how they're doing it. Ready? They're not saying, do you want to be in better shape? Do you want to stop being fat? Watch this. So when you start feeling healthier and you're more confident and your body looks better, who's the first person that's going to notice outside of you? And then they wait, They wait, and you know what they say? My wife, my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my kids. Let's do this for them. Do you mind if I write in your file, Johnny? You're doing it for Johnny. So if you ever want to quit, I can call you. Folks, I just gave you a lot of money right there. And I hope you understand that what I just said works. You can flip that back on you. So it's all, how do you hold the communication? So when I walk into any setting, the first thing I think is, what's the identity here? Who are the people involved? What do they want? What they don't want? It's almost like I have this like little box and I walk in and put it on the table and go, what am I dealing with? The kid that was victimized is a victim identity. So again, I'm rambling, but I'm not. Right.
No, great. I want you to give some. I want you to give some live coaching to.
Let's do it.
Julie. Julie says, "I'm horrible with words." What's another way for her to say anything but that?
So Julie, you can say that. What's great, Julie, is congratulations. Worst comes to worst, you're Julie who you are today. There's nothing wrong. So first thing, look in the mirror and go, I got this. I have mastered current Julie. Worst comes to worst, if we attempt, or Yoda's going to kill me after this for the word try back here, but Jim Rohn too. But if I say try here real quick and try, just massively fail, what's going to happen, Julie, is if you fail, worst comes to worst, you're Julie today. And you're a good person, so it's no big deal. So, Julie, you're not horrible with the words. You actually, up till now, and this is a very simple statement. So timelines are very important in people's lives. When we say I'm horrible with the words, it's sort of like the media. Remember the media? All cops, all whites, all blacks, all greens, all this, all that, all Asians, all Jews, all everything when they paintbrush, right? So you're no better than the media when you say all of something. So you've globalized your entire life. So instead of I'm horrible with words, first thing we need to do is timeline. Up till now, I have not focused on words. The second you say up till now, everybody say it out loud to yourself, up till now. I'm going to tell you what happens inside of your brain. When you say up till now, your brain's timeline goes up till now. It's almost like inside out. Take every file up till now, make this true, open up room moving forward. Up till now, words have not been my priority. Great. Now you got a clear slate in front of you. Currently,
which is a statement you can agree with, right?
Yes.
So you're not just saying, you know, hey, just say you're amazing with words and you're
I am great at words and words come to me and I got affirmations. Let me play with the rocks. Stop that shit.
So it's okay. I love it because you can buy into that statement up till now. That's great. Love it.
Yeah, you got to say up till now, I've not done a live Wistia with Ray and Jessica. I have not done that. Make sure she's here. There she is. Up till now, which is true. So Julie, if you like this, say thank you, Ray, for hooking this up. And there she's just creeping in there. She's creeping in us. And then you might want to say, I understand the gateway to getting good. So I make rules in my life. I always make rules because we're always making rules. I have a very simple rule. Anything that I do at least 7 times, I get better at. And I didn't say great at, I said better at. So I spent the majority of my life, my whole book opening chapter is all about lying to myself all through high school. People get pissed at me after reading it because like, dude, I would have done high school differently. I pretended until I was 37 years old, I couldn't score goals in hockey. Even though I played my entire life, I would hit people, I'd be a defenseman. I lied to myself for 37 years of my life. I lied to myself and said I couldn't do something like she did with the words. And I could skate good. I could play good. I was good. I played with the 1980s Olympic team. My wife sent me up there, but I always pretended I could not play well because that was my identity. I was the identity of a 6'6" guy that liked to hurt people. That was my identity. And not bad way hurt, but like knock you off the puck. So here's your question. Up till now, but here's one of the rules, Julie. In order to get good at something, you're going to start off shitty. I hate to curse so much, and I apologize. Actually, I don't hate it. This way I am, so I'm not apologizing at all. I just apologize. You're in Florida. It doesn't matter. And Julie doesn't look like she needs to be offended. And number 2 is I would say it's something that matters to me now, and I'm working on it. And I would start there to give you what's called half a chance. As direct sales leaders or business owners leaders, our people, all we have to give them is half a chance. That's it. Half a chance to succeed. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, doesn't. So that, Julie, if you like your answer, there you go, girl. Start there. Nice.
All right. So if you're getting value from this, drop a comment. And if you share, drop me a comment. Let me know that you shared. It's high time we picked another one.
Let's pick a winner.
Yes.
Julie is like cursing's my language. There you go, Julie. Good.
Okay. You want to pick her? You can pick her.
Yeah, she's great for it. And I'll take other live questions. I love real questions. I like real people. I don't like fake stuff.
All right. Julie Knowles. All right. So shoot an email to admin, I believe, at
Admin at michaelbernoff.com. If you spell it wrong, you don't get anything.
That's right. Don't throw an H in there. Don't you do it.
Yeah. Don't Bernhoff me. You can, but you just don't get anything. It saves me money, but I don't get shirts out there.
So what? So these guys know. Should be reaching out to, if you want to build a business, you got to be reaching out to people, prospecting, marketing, doing those different things. What are some? Are there any habits that you've developed that have been really helpful to you, like your development? Because I imagine from listening to you, I bet a lot of people on here, yeah, they want to build their business, but they also want to improve themselves. Are there any habits that have helped you?
Yeah, well, I do a lot of things. I'm going to give you guys ultimate habits right now. So my mentor was Jim Rohn right there. Jim right there. Jim up there, right there. Behind everybody. He was the guy who took me under his wing when I was a little boy. I had my dad, and that was like my business dad up there. So when I was 20, I met him, and he helped me out a lot. So I got to give Jim a little credit for this. So awesome. Here's a big habit for all of you. Stop watching at night anything on TV after 7 o'clock on your phone. Immediately stop. I'm going to give you a habit, very important one. I'm going to test you right now. If you're watching shows, okay, I watch stuff time to time. I'm not perfect. I get it. I tested myself. And here's what I do at night. I don't watch things. And I learned this back when Sons of Anarchy was on TV. Our brains are not designed to watch things repetitively. Your brain thinks these things are real. You will wake up in the middle of the night with imagery, and you will be worried and concerned. So let me just teach you again. My friends, colleagues that I mastermind with get hired by Netflix, Amazon, Facebook as addiction experts. I get people unaddicted. They get people addicted. These shows are designed to own your psychology and to own your brain. So you want a habit number one, after 8 o'clock at night, get off your phone, no more shows. Your brain before bed will memorize whatever it does while you're sleeping, whatever you did prior to bed. I know you can get Ray's book on Kindle. Get a hardback version and a freaking book light for $10, a yellow book light, not a white one. And I encourage you to read with a physical book.
Yellow?
What? Here's why. The white light is too bright in your eyes. It screws you up. So a yellower light, like Dave Asbury, all that bulletproof friggin', sure. I've been doing studies on all that with sleep. So a yellower book light is better. Not a yellow light, and not like the clip has to be yellow. The light bulb should be yellower, not white, right? So physical book, Kindles are great as backup. Physical books are better, and here's why. You physically are touching them. There's the tactile. So anytime, this is back to old school NLP, touching, feeling, seeing, and hearing. So when you're touching and hearing the pages turn, it's more of a real experience. So before bed, turn that stuff off. And then also, if you don't have any parents or anyone that's sick or kids you're worried about, put your phone in airplane mode before bed. Put it on airplane mode, and like literally, I'm telling you, you will literally sleep better. So I have done this now for years. I sleep better. I feel better. No shows, physical books. I would read 10 to 15 pages a day of physical words. My mentor always taught me, in your ears, in your eyes, out your mouth, and you'll be more intelligent. So that's one of the things, that's a basic thing that if it's not going to change everything, but I don't know if you've heard any of that before, Ray, but that is massive difference.
I've never heard the yellow light. I love it. Absolutely.
The yellow light's big, and the physical books, man, the physical books are like, they're huge. And the other big habit is that you got to have things you love. And I think a lot of us are waiting till one day I'm like, we've got a part of ourselves that is like anarchy part of us. Like there's a side of Ray and I and you that if they don't get to play and have fun and be good, they're going to ruin your life. So find something you love to do that doesn't require a lot of money or time or effort, and go do it. Whether it's dancing or I played hockey yesterday at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Find something you absolutely love that is not torturing yourself. Like I love reading or I love working. Not that. Something you enjoyed as a child, riding a bike, hopscotch, playing Foursquare, whatever it is, playing video games. I don't care what it is. Find something you like doing and reward that playful side of yourself at least once a week.
Yeah, love it. I love it. All right. Another life coaching here. I saw a good one. All right. Now, I don't know what the name
This is
here.
fun. We're going to do this with my audience. I'm going to put you out there in front of them too. We're going to do this. I'm going to put you on live. This is going to be fun, Ray. And we're going to forward this to my group, and then we're going to forward it to yours. We're going to help so many people. I'm excited to pick your brain live outside of the podcast.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with Brenda. I don't see a picture here, so I'm sorry if this is not Brenda, but let's go with Brenda.
It's Brenda did the mum.
Correct. Afraid to take the leap to business.
Yep.
What do you got?
Okay, so here's the deal, Brenda. Let's talk about this box again. You're not afraid to take a leap. You identify as a non-business person. Let's talk about identity. It's 2021. We're identifying. You currently identify as a person that doesn't make businesses work. Congratulations. We're going to stop this and say up till now. So afraid is a BS concept, and so is fear. Fear is a misguided emotion. There's no such thing as fear. I'm just going to be really clear. I'm not going to sound like Les Brown, like false evidence appearing real, or forget everything and run. I am just going to tell you, here's all fear is. It's a blank spot in your brain. So whenever you say run a business, your brain is like, whoa, I have 0 programs inside of my head that even know how to do that. No different than my daughter needs to win. So I do not believe you that you're afraid to take a leap in business. What I think you're afraid of is something different. I think afraid is the wrong word. Is you have 0 experience in the matter, and no one needs to take a leap. So I had to remove that word, like leap. I was on a boat the other day. I didn't want to leap off the top of the houseboat. Like I had no interest in leaping. I would jump. I would take a step. So I think we're going to remove that word and say, up till now, I've used the word leap. What I truly mean about this is that what?
Hop.
What's that? Hop. I wouldn't even use the word hop. I said there are some steps that I need to take that I haven't taken yet. And I'm currently him-hawing around it, and I'm a little uncomfortable. So what I would frame is, I would say leap into business is here. I would say possibly you're uncomfortable. And the reason you're uncomfortable is you have very limited experience in business. So I wouldn't even ask you to get into business. Are you willing to get around business? What I mean by that is when you get around something, it's different than getting in. So stop getting into business. I want you to get around business. I'd sign up for a little BNI event. I'd go to a meeting. I'd watch Ray's stuff. I'd buy a book on business. I'd get around business because here's the deal. If you don't want it, don't do it. Business is not for everybody. It's like if they would have told us in sex ed class in school, if they would have woke us up every hour for a crying baby noise, we all would have avoided all kinds of things instead of showing us those crazy videos. Like that would have been real. Don't do it, right? Don't do it. That could happen. And they would have said, give me all your money because you're not going to have any. You're a parent now, right? But so what we need to say is your issue is not leaping into business. You have 0 experience around business. So I'm just going to tell you, I think that your goal is right now, up till now, you've been trying to leap. Your next step is let's get in there. Let's go to the museum. Let's touch business. Let's touch books. Let's get around people. Let's learn about it. Let's watch documentaries. Let's even decide if you want to do it. I would start there, and that would be a good step because the problem is you read too much personal development books and you got brainwashed by what I call drug dealers, and they told you, go take a step, just go do it. You can make it. I don't have Tony Robbins' voice. It's not Tony, but just go do it. And you've been told
bro, you already sound like Tony. I mean, your voice.
I've been speaking so long. I can't get around it. It's being 6'6" and speaking for 20 years. It's just part of the nature of it. So I could sound like
awesome.
this. But anyways, there's your answer.
I love it. I love it. Very cool. All right. So what, someone's, we do need to pick a couple more here. So drop me a comment. Let me know. Let me look at the last shared I see. And then I would love for you to share while I'm looking, so they don't wait, while I'm looking, what is, so if someone is loving this content, they want to get some more, and drop some likes on here. I'm seeing a lot, people are sharing, which is awesome, but smash that like button.
They're entranced. They're like,
yes. But if they love this content and they love what you're dropping, where do they learn more from you?
Okay, well, last year taught me something interesting. If you give things to people and let them touch and taste what you do, no different than what you do, Ray, they get a great experience. So there's always something good in everything. And last year we gave away about $3 million worth of our programs. So my goal for any of you, if you want to work with us, I did this for Ray. I told my guy last night, I said, can you hack one of our pages and can you make it not charge people? And he's like, okay, well, no. But I said, okay, well, go make something. So we put together a little page and share, use, do whatever you want. It's averagesucks.com/Ray. And I did this on purpose because this will know how I met you. I'll know you're a good person. If you don't know Ray, I don't want to talk to you. So that's point blank. Like, you better know Ray or Jessica. I should have made Jessica.
Every person,
And
Matt. Do you just
what's
anyone
that?
you ever meet? Do you know Ray and Jessica?
If you
Get
don't
out.
know Ray and Jessica, you're out. So it's
You're dead to me.
averagesucks.com/Ray. And it's an opportunity, and you can't put me up for this, Ray, but you paid $500 to take that course years ago. I'm giving it away free for anyone in your audience. So if they want to work with me for a couple days and get your butt kicked, he's going to help you with something different. This is 5 days of little bit of time, you and I working together, old school on the phone. And I do the phone because I understand the auditory sense is the fastest way to brainwash you and get your brain working really good. And so if you're interested, that's a good step in the right direction. It's averagesucks.com, not average sex, averagesucks.com/Ray. I like to make people laugh, right?
Yeah.
So
that would be
check it out.
difficult.
That's a good step. Or you can go to Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, get my book. But
Sure.
I would take the class, share it with your team, and I'll let Ray know who did it. And here's the best part. I can guarantee you'll get more done in 5 days than you have in 5 months, and you'll take that back to what you're doing with Ray. And I can guarantee more people will have the ability to work with Ray at a higher level due to the fact of me shifting a few things in your brain. So if you ever wanted to work with him at a higher level, come see me. I'll send it back to him, and you're going to be like, holy crap, I'm there. I'm in his mastermind now. I want that.
Nice. It's awesome, man. Awesome. Man, I really appreciate it. I sent you congrats, Diane Hoverson. Congrats, Diane. I picked a picture, and we'll give everyone a chance to win a couple more. Just feel free to share, then drop the comment that you shared, and smash that like button if you're enjoying this. And so, Michael, man, this is very, very valuable. I really appreciate it. I think people could have paid for this and totally enjoyed it. And so thanks for joining us, man. I love you, brother, and I appreciate what you do. Love you too.
I appreciate you, and thank you, everybody. And go do big things, folks. Go make Ray look good. Go make you look good. Go make yourself look good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on.
Everyone. Drop them some gratitude. Drop them some comments. We'll pick a couple more people to win, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.